What's up, guys? So we're doing a future tier list. I did a Drake tier list, and holy shit, Drake's fan base is fucking stupid. I'ma keep it real. So basically, they were saying like terrible tier list L takes. Like, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I keep it real when I don't like an album, and I'm not just gonna sit there and rank every album as a 10 out of 10. And it's like not every just because you're a fan of something, it doesn't mean every album is a freaking S tier. Like Drake fans are stupid. I'm gonna keep it real, but we're gonna be doing a future tier list. And there we go. Also, I record this video like a once, and I got interrupted, which I'm kind of mad about because that was a perfect explanation, perfect fucking video. But we're gonna be re-ranking all these albums. So we're gonna start off with Honest. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start off with Honest. Ranking these in order would make more. Actually, is this in order? This is in order. Okay. Well, this is an older album. I don't fucking know. We're gonna start off with this album. A banger. It's better than Dirty Sprite 2. Like, I think the Dirty Sprite 2 is overrated. I personally think this is like the real like deal over here. This album's a good 9 out of 10 for me. The nostalgic like throwaway, the beat switch on throwaway, the freaking just everything up. The only song I don't like is Radical, which is it's like an intro track, and I sometimes I skip it to go to like other tracks and really finish off the album. But other than that, the song's pretty good. Next, you have Honest. I remember. Okay, this is my first Future album I listened to. I was someone was playing it in the car, or like I heard Honest. Then I went on YouTube like as soon as I heard that on radio, or not on radio. It was if someone was playing in the car, and I went to that, and I was like, I was ac- I was asking somebody like what the album name was, and I listened to it on I think YouTube. Or I was like 8 years old. I'm 18 now, so I was like 10 years ago. So definitely a great album for sure. Not better than Monster. I would put out like a strong 7. This is like a light 9. Next, you have Beast Mode. I haven't listened to this album, so I'm not gonna rank it. 56 Nights. March Madness is pretty good. Um, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm gonna give this a solid a light 7. I would not go play this album over this over here, but overall though, a great album. Listen. And next we have Dirty Sprite 2. This album is amazing. Uh, Personally, I'm gonna give it like a light 8, cause in my opinion, I think albums like Wizard are I think Wizard and Monster are better than Dirty Sprite 2 in my opinion. Um, what a Time to Be Alive. It's one of those collaborations between two big artists, and it kind of gets you this album's disappointing, but like it's not that disappointing, but like it could have been way better in my opinion. But overall, though, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a decent seven. I'm gonna give this a decent seven. YouTube old song. Like if I'm go back to front. Yeah, so I ranked this a seven. I thought I didn't rank it, but I ranked it a decent seven. Well, I ranked it a light seven, but for now this tier list is a decent seven because this is like competing with Future's discography, so makes sense. You have Purple Rain. I did not listen to this album like that. Let me give it a couple listens to see if it's anything I remember. I'll be right back. All right, so I listened to this album, and I'ma keep it real. I don't like this album that much, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 personally. Perky's Calling is a good song. The first track was a good song. Overall, though, it's would not go back to this as much as some of these personally, but this is a it's an alright album, I would say. Then you have this, which is another alright album in my opinion, but actually no, it has Low Life. It does have Low Life. This is the one with Low Life and a lot of. Let me actually see real quick. All right, I doubted. I re-listened to this album. He sounds more like he sounds more like alive in this. He sounds more alive on this one than these two. So I was gonna give this a six, but I re-listened to it again, and I'm gonna give this like a decent seven. This is a pretty solid album, and You have this album right here. I don't like it as much. I'm probably gonna give this like I think it's a little bit worse than Purple Rain. So I'm gonna give this a 4. Next you have Hendrix. I go back to this album a lot. There's a couple songs on here where the singing is it's a bit but overall though, I'm gonna give this. Now I think about it though, will I really give this an 8 out of 10? I'm probably gonna give this like a strong 7. This album is a strong 7. Definitely would listen to it over any of these projects over here. But this is a pretty solid album, even though the singing is a bit, it's a bit some of it is pretty bad. But other than that, this is a pretty good album. I don't know what Anthony Fantano was cooking, giving this a 0. It is not a 0. It's a pretty solid album, in my opinion. Next, you have Wizard, which is I used to think Wizard was his best project until I heard this, and this smokes Wizard. But Wizard, other album where he sounds like energetic. He sounds like really charged up in the studio working on this, and definitely a 9 out of 10 album for me. These are my top 3 if I was to have to play different Future albums. And yeah. Next, you have this, which I haven't listened to, but this is kind of a disappointment because Wizard was so fire and amazing, and this was a little bit worse. But I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give this Future album a 7. I think this Future album's a 7. I would prefer actually. What Time to Be Alive is a little bit better than this, so I'm gonna give this a 7. Also, next you have this collab tape with Uzi, another collab album where two forces join together, and it's pretty disappointing. Um, Not better than What Alive for sure, but um, definitely even more disappointing than What a Time to Be Alive. I think What a Time to Be Alive is. I'll definitely play this album, but this is like so mid. At least it's not. I think the Juice World collaboration was a little bit worse than this. The Juice World and Future collab was pretty disappointing, in my opinion. But next you have We Don't Like You, or I Never Liked You. This is another pretty. It's another disappointing album, in my opinion. The intro is amazing, but the rest of the tracks is just. I'm gonna give it a 6. I don't think it's that bad. It's still a good album, but I'm gonna give it a 6 because it's definitely not on par with any of these, but still a solid album. Next you have the Metro Boomin collab, which I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Metro Boomin and Future always worked good with each other, and at one point Future wanted Metro Boomin. Well, not at one point, but like he was added to like Future's like roster of like producers that he works with. But him and Metro, honestly though, I kind of want a Future and Zaytoven and Southside. I like Southside and Zaytoven's production a little bit better than Metro's personally, but Metro killed it. And then you have this album, which is a sequel. A lot of R&B tracks. I like R&B, but these R&B tracks are so boring sometimes, and it's like it's just not for me personally. But this is a disappointing album. Red Leather's good. The Weekend is good. The first track, I think the first track is one with the Weekend, but overall as an album though, I would not bump this. Then you have mixtape Pluto, which is like the the could have been way better. Like Plutowski is. I think Plutowski isn't really that bad, but the rest of this album, though, it's just why would you? You could have locked in, especially after you made this. You could have locked in, bro. But some, it's not for me personally. The Little Demon in the first track is pretty solid, but other than that, it's all right. This is my future album tier list. You guys are probably gonna agree with it or disagree. Um, Let me know what I should rank up. What should I might update some of these tier lists in a bit, but let me know what album should I put up and what album should I put down, and I'll catch you guys later.